Well, this guy scored a D minus. I think with this guy, the best advice I can give you is walk away. Welcome to the Strong Brew, where you get answers to questions you're not supposed to ask. These are some things you may want to know about the man in your life. If you do really well in your career, will he become insecure? Will he try and use money to control you? Will he share housework or just make you do it all? In fights, when he gets angry, does he get aggressive? During intimacy, does he understand that no means no? Is he jealous, suspicious, or possessive? Will his attitude towards you change after having kids? Will he treat your parents with respect? What if you have conflicts with his parents? We tell you what you need to hear, not what you want to hear. These are things nobody else will tell you, things that are important for your future. This is a safe space for truth. No judgment, no platitudes, no login, no payment either. Our questions are from real life, but our answers come from science. Now, I built this thing, me and my husband, and honestly, we built it and we live it. We are both Stanford grads, we both have worked at Google, and we've been happily together since 1998. Along the way, we've added a son, now 13, and 4 dogs. We are genuine folks. If you're a woman trying to understand any man in your life, here is how it works. Go to www.thestrongbrew.life. Click on the Understand a Guy button there. Answer 10 questions about him. Watch a video tailored to your guy. That's all there is to it. It is completely anonymous, no login, no payment, no games, no manipulation. This analysis is obtained by combining solid trait psychology with cutting edge AI ML. We represent each person's personality with what is known as a feature vector. This has 10 elements, so our data is effectively 10 dimensional data. In case you're wondering how we can infer so much from just 10 questions, well, 10 dimensional data is very complex. There is a lot you can learn from that level of detail.
Okay, I think that does it for the preamble. Now let's plunge in. Let's start with this guy in his career. Will he go far or just talk big?
It's much more likely that he's just talking big rather than actually making progress in his career. He enjoys being the center of attention and may say impressive things about his future, but he won't put in the daily effort needed to accomplish those goals. Even if he tries something new, he doesn't stick with it for long and may blame others when things don't go his way.
Can he bounce back from failure?
When things go wrong at work, he is more likely to have a strong emotional reaction, maybe yelling, blaming others, or even snapping at people, rather than quietly bouncing back. He gets upset quickly and doesn't let things go easily, so small problems can turn into big drama. It's tough for him to handle failures gracefully or move on without issues.
What do people at work think of him? Do they like him?
People at work often find it hard to get along with him. He has strong opinions, likes to make decisions quickly, and doesn't care much about other people's feelings. Because he talks loudly and can get angry easily, there are usually arguments or tension around him.
If you do really well in your career, will he become insecure?
If you shine in your career, he's more likely to feel upset and threatened than proud. He wants attention and control, so your success may make him jealous or uncomfortable. It won't feel like teamwork. He sees your win as his loss.
What if you start earning more than him?
If you earn more than him, it's likely he'll feel both insecure and resentful, even if he doesn't say it directly. He might start making snide remarks about your work, become moody, or pick fights about small things. You could notice him criticizing your choices or making you feel guilty for your success.
Next, let's talk about how he is with money. Does he overspend? Is he reckless with money?
He is not likely to handle money with care or planning. Instead, he tends to spend impulsively and often doesn't think about the consequences. If something catches his eye or seems exciting, he buys it even if it isn't needed.
Does he show off and pretend to be richer than he is?
He is more likely to pretend to be richer than he really is. He enjoys showing off, buying flashy things, and trying to impress people, even if it means stretching his finances too far. You might see him borrowing or spending money he doesn't really have just to keep up appearances.
Is he too generous, too stingy, or just right?
He isn't very open handed or kind, especially when it comes to sharing and caring about others. While he might spend money on flashy things for himself, he isn't generous in a thoughtful way. He can also be sharp or rude in his words, making people feel small instead of lifting them up.
Will he use money to try and control you?
He's more likely to be secretive and try to control how money is handled. He doesn't like sharing details or planning together. Instead, he prefers making decisions on his own and keeping you in the dark. This can make you feel left out and worried since trust and openness aren't his strong points.
Let's see how this guy is with sharing housework. Will he share housework or just make you do it?
He's likely to believe that housework is mainly your job and may not help out much around the home. If you ask him to pitch in, he might make excuses, get annoyed, or tell you it's not his responsibility. Even when things get messy or chores pile up, he's more focused on himself and what he wants to do.
Will he help you or just boss you around and tell you what to do?
He's the kind of person who will likely just supervise or give instructions instead of actually helping with chores or diapers. When something needs doing at home, he may stand back, point out what's wrong, or tell you what to do rather than quietly pitching in. You might hear him complaining about how things should be done, but you won't see him rolling up his sleeves and sharing the load.
Now let's see about how this guy is during fights. In fights, does he try to understand your views or just win the fight?
He mostly argues to prove he's right rather than trying to truly understand your side. If you share your feelings or opinions, he's quick to jump in with his point of view and can be stubborn about it. He rarely listens carefully or tries to see things from your perspective.
Does he become aggressive when angry?
When he's angry, he's quite likely to say hurtful things or act aggressively instead of staying respectful. He may shout, use harsh words, or even threaten or scare you during arguments. His temper can flare up quickly, and he doesn't try to control it or think about how it affects you.
Does he have a bad temper?
Yes, he gets angry very quickly and often reacts without thinking about the impact on you or others around him. This isn't just a small issue, it's a red flag that can lead to a lot of trouble and pain over time. You deserve respect, calm, and kindness.
Will he say sorry and accept his mistakes?
He finds it very hard to say sorry or take responsibility when something goes wrong. Instead, he often blames you or tries to make excuses to avoid admitting his mistake. This can leave you feeling confused, guilty, and alone.
Next, let's talk about intimacy and physical chemistry. During intimacy, does he respect your boundaries? Does he get that no means no?
He's not likely to respect your boundaries and may have trouble understanding that no truly means no. If you set limits or ask for space, he might push back, ignore your wishes, or try to convince you to change your mind. This can make you feel pressured or unsafe, especially if he gets angry or upset when you stand firm. A partner who doesn't respect your boundaries puts your comfort and safety at risk.
If you are not in the mood for intimacy, will he react badly?
Yes, he is likely to take it personally if you're not in the mood for intimacy. Instead of understanding or giving you space, he might act offended, become grumpy, or even start an argument. He sees your feelings as a reflection on himself, so he may make you feel guilty or pressured for saying no.
Can you trust him not to shame you or share your private moments, maybe love letters, photos, or videos, even after a breakup or a bad fight?
You can't fully trust him to handle private moments with care. If you share something personal or intimate, there's a chance he might use it against you during a fight or to get his way. This kind of behavior breaks trust and makes you feel unsafe opening up.
Is he loyal or is he likely to want to have affairs?
He is easily distracted by other women and may not be fully faithful in a relationship. His need for excitement and attention makes him more likely to flirt or seek pleasure outside, especially if things feel boring or routine with you. You might catch him looking at others or talking in ways that make you uncomfortable, even if you're together.
Will he be jealous, suspicious, and try to control you?
Yes, he tends to be over possessive and can act jealous, controlling, and always suspicious. He might want to know where you are, who you talk to, and try to limit your freedom or friendships. His jealousy isn't about caring, but about wanting control over you.
This guy says he is protective in a good way. Is he actually just being possessive?
Yes, with him, what seems like protective behavior is really a sign of a controlling personality. He may say he's looking out for you, but what he does actually limits your choices and freedom. Remember, real protection comes from respect and kindness, not from rules and restrictions.
Now, onto the topic of kids and how this guy will be as a father. If you guys have kids, will he make you do most of the work?
He'll expect you to do most of the work when it comes to parenting. Team effort isn't his strong suit, so he's unlikely to share responsibilities or support you much with the kids. You might feel lonely in the job, managing everything from daily routines to emotional care on your own.
Kids are very messy. Will he lose his temper with them?
When the kids mess up or get upset, he's likely to lose his temper rather than stay calm. Small mistakes or emotional outbursts can quickly make him angry, and he may yell, scold harshly, or use strong words instead of comforting them. He doesn't have much patience, so problems at home can turn into big arguments or dramas.
If you guys have kids, will he still support your career?
He's unlikely to truly support your role as both a mother and your own person. He tends to see you mainly through the lens of what you do for the family and home, expecting you to put your personal needs and dreams second. He wants the focus and power to stay on his terms, so your independence can cause tension.
Will this man say one thing early on, maybe while dating, and then later, after kids and marriage, change his tune and try to make you give up your career?
Yes, he's the kind of man who might act supportive of your career at first, but later ask you to quit once you have a child. He likes things his way, so he may change his tune when life gets busy, expecting you to give up your job to focus on the family. It's smart to think ahead about your plans, because with him, promises don't always last.
Next, let's see how this guy treats your parents. Will he be respectful with your parents?
He is likely to just act polite on the surface with your parents rather than show real warmth. He may greet them and say the right things when needed, but his kindness won't go deep and may feel forced. Real caring gestures or genuine respect are rare, and if differences come up, he might be blunt or even rude. He's more likely to expect your family to adjust for him rather than trying to fit in or compromise himself.
What if your family creates stress or interferes a bit in your lives?
If your family creates stress or interferes, he's likely to make things worse rather than handle it calmly. He doesn't have much patience for drama and can react with anger or sharp words if he feels challenged or annoyed. You deserve someone who helps solve problems, not someone who multiplies them.
Then let's analyze the role this guy's family will play in your life. Is this man modern with you, but a completely different person when other people, say his parents or bosses, are around?
Yes, he's the kind of man who may act modern and open minded with you when you're alone, but will expect you to be a traditional, supportive wife in front of his relatives. When family is around, he could suddenly want you to dress conservatively, follow customs, and behave in ways that please others, even if it's not who you are. If you don't follow these expectations, he may get irritated or blame you for any family drama.
If there is tension between you and his parents, will he support you?
If there's tension, he's more likely to stay out of it or even side with his family rather than support you. He doesn't want to challenge them or deal with messy emotions, so he might leave you to handle problems alone. This can make you feel unsupported and isolated, especially in tough times.
Say you have a conflict with his mother, what will this guy do?
He does have strong signs of being a mummy's boy, which means he's more likely to side with his mother in a conflict rather than defend or support you. When disagreements come up, he might agree with her opinions, follow her advice, or let her make important decisions for both of you. Remember, you deserve a partner who stands with you and puts your relationship first.
Will he share all the private details of your relationship with his mother or sister?
Yes, he's likely to share details of your fights or private life with his mother or sister. This means that your personal problems and intimate moments may not stay between just the two of you. They could quickly become family gossip. This can break the trust between you and make you feel exposed or embarrassed.
Now let's zoom out and put it all together.
So, all in all, not looking that great. This guy scores a D minus. As I mentioned at the start, I think with such guys, the best way is to walk away. Being in a relationship with him day in and day out often feels stressful and lonely. You'll find yourself doing most of the hard work at home and with the kids while he makes decisions, expects things his way, and gives little real support or kindness.